Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Jnana Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurvaritanena Tasmai Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Savitam Swayam Rupakana. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I must say you have very good flowers in here. So today is the auspicious appearance day of Lord Balarāma. Lord Balarāma is Lord of the universe. So we're going to read 2 verses from the Bhagavatam 10th canto that describe the appearance of Lord Balarāma. One is 10:2-8. We'll also read text 13, translation. So there are other verses also. We just select the 2 verses to describe the appearance of Lord Balarāma. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ida dharmasya gnani bhavati bharata. Muse madana dharmasya siddhatman srijamyaham. I appear, I manifest myself from time to time. And why does the Lord appear? Paritanaya sadhunam vinachita duskrita dharma sansapanadaya sannavamya yogini. To establish dharma. So Vasudeva and Devaki, as we explained yesterday, had performed great austerities because the desire was to have the Lord as their son. Vasudeva and Devaki had just got married. Devaki's brother, Kamsa, had hundreds of servants, but he said, I will drop my wife sister at her house. It's a custom that they still practice in India. The brother goes to leave the sister in her husband's house. But as he was taking them back on his chariot, and an anonymous voice said, "You fool, what are you doing? The 8th son of your daughter, of your sister, is going to be responsible for your death." Cruel people have no mercy. Kamsa was only worried about his survival. He was at once ready to kill his sister. Vasudeva was intelligent. He said, what are you worried? You're the 8th son now, so you don't have to worry. Every son that is born will be brought to you, and then you can decide whether you want to kill them or let them live. Why do you want to kill your sister? Vasudeva was a man of honor. These days, even when people sign written agreements, they have no value. Every year, son was born, he brought the son to his sister, to Kamsa. Kamsa was so cruel. Initially, when the first son was brought, he said, I have no fear from this boy, why should I kill him? But then he said, no, it could be a source of threat. He didn't want to take chances. The first 6 sons of Devaki were brought to Kamsa by Vasudeva, and Kamsa was so cruel. He killed each of them. When the 7th pregnancy took place, Mother Devaki was jubilant. She knew there was an auspicious child in her womb. So on the one hand, she was jubilant that there's a divine personalities who's going to appear now. But on the other hand, she had fear. So what did the Lord do? Balarāma is the plenary expansion of the Supreme Lord. So Balarāma the Lord arranged for the Sesha incarnation to be transferred from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Vasudeva had many wives. This was a Vedic tradition at that time. And Rohini was kept with Maharaja as a safeguard against Kamsa's envious attitude. Bala means spiritual strength. Rama means want to give a spiritual pleasure. So how many of you want spiritual strength? And how many of you want spiritual bliss? Then all you need to do is glorify Balarāma. All you need to do is take shelter of Balarāma. So Balarāma got transferred from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Now, before the appearance of Balarāma, 6 sons were killed by Kamsa. These were the sons of Marichi, with the incarnation of the mind. And Marathi has 6 sons. Right? What are they? Lust, anger, greed, envy, madness, illusion, envy. Lust, one of the sons of the mind. Anger, krodha. Lobha, greed. Moha, illusion. We're all in illusion. What's the biggest illusion we are in? I can find happiness through this human body. Others may suffer, but I have a special package. That's the biggest illusion. The madness. Due to illusion, we get intoxicated, mad of the sense enjoyment and envy. In other words, the killing of these 6 sons has a great symbolic message. If you want to understand the Lord, if you want to progress on the devotional path, you must take care of these anarthas, as we call it. A genuine devotee always fears material association. A genuine devotee knows, as long as I have the influence of these anarthas, I will not be able to advance spiritually. God is all pure. And to understand the all pure, we have to become pure also. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we read the story of Amogha and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Amogha was the son-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He was envious of the Lord. So the Lord told him, as long as envy is there, Krishna will not reside in your heart. So when the sons of Marichi, that we just mentioned, the 6 sons, when they are killed, then you can progress on the path of bhakti. So Balarāma is the first expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why did Balarāma appear? To serve the Lord. He had no other intention. When the Lord appears on the planet, he appears with his eternal associates. The same Balarāma also appeared as Lakshman, the younger brother of Ram. Then he appeared as Balarāma, the older brother. And then he appeared as Lord Nityananda, also the older brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had single-pointed dedication, just serving Ram. From morning to night, Lakshman was absorbed in just serving Ram, anticipating what Ram needs and just serving Ram round the clock. He would not leave Ram's association, even for a minute. So when Sita got married, she found this a little unbearable. She said, I can never be with my husband. Lakshman's there all the time serving him. There's no work for me to do. But Sita would complain to Ram all the time. There's nothing for me to do. Lakshman's doing everything for you. So when Ram was in a very embarrassing position, he didn't know what to do. If he supported Sita, Lakshman would be unhappy. If he supported Lakshman, Sita would be unhappy. So they went to their guru. Ram said, let's go to the guru. The guru had satisfied both Lakshman and Sita. The guru said, okay, when it comes to household affairs, Sita will take care. Everything else, Lakshman can take care. Sita was happy, but Lakshman was not. Because Lakshman had only one point agenda, serving Ram all the time. So Balarāma's only intention is he's the first expansion of the Lord, and he's the servant of the Lord, serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Balarāma is fair complexion, and Lord is dark. Balarāma is also the original spiritual master. And the spiritual master is a representative of Balarāma. What does Balarāma always carry with him? Plow. Plow. Why does he carry a plow? To uproot all the dirt in the heart. Balarāma is the original spiritual master. What is the spiritual master's duty? To use a plow and take out all the dirt from the heart of the disciple. Prabhupada gave us a process how to eliminate the dirt from the heart. So Balarāma always carries a plow. Plow, just like you can plow the field and then you plow the seed. We all need to plow our hearts of the contamination, and then the seed of bhakti will grow. So Balarāma is the original spiritual master. And he serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas. He also incarnates as Ananga Manjari, who is the younger sister of Radharani. Balarāma likes usually wears blue garments, Krishna wears yellow. Just like Krishna performed his pastimes, Balarāma also performing for his pastimes along with Krishna. So by the Yogamaya arrangement, Balarāma appeared as the son of Rohini. Gargamuni knew this. He was giving Balarāma the name. Balarāma had many names. Balabhadra, Rohini Nandan, son of Rohini. So Balarāma is there to give us spiritual strength. You read in the Krishna book, Balarāma also killed demons. Thakur Bhaktivinoda has explained that by reading these pastimes of Krishna killing the different demons, we can eliminate our anarthas. These anarthas are impediments on the path of spiritual advancement. By reading these different pastimes, we can eliminate the anarthas. So one takes shelter of Balarāma, or one takes shelter of the spiritual master, who is a representative of Balarāma. And by following their instructions, you can cleanse the heart. Balarāma didn't kill as many demons as Krishna did. He only killed some. There was a very powerful demon called Lambasura. Kṛṣṇa had many demons in his army who all had one agenda, to kill Krishna and Balarāma. So Lambasura disguised as a very beautiful cowherd boy. Friends, Krishna knew the demon has come disguised as a cowherd boy. And what Krishna designed a special game. All the cowherd boys were divided into 2 teams, one led by Balarāma and one led by Krishna. And the arrangement was the side that would lose would carry the side that was won on their back. They still play the game? Someone told me they do. Anyway, so Krishna's team lost. So Lambasura wasn't a member of Krishna's team. Krishna knew that Lambasura is a demon disguised as a cowherd boy. So Lambasura had to carry Balarāma on his back. And Lambasura knew that Krishna and Balarāma are unbeatable. If only they could die, then Kamsa could be without any fear. So Lambasura was carrying Balarāma. These demons were not ordinary demons. They were very powerful demons. Lambasura could expand his body to touching the clouds. And he carried Balarāma and went further away. His idea was to take Balarāma to an isolated place and then kill him. As I said, he expanded his body to touch the clouds. So as he was expanding his body, what did Balarāma do? Took his wrist and knocked him down, and he killed him. Perfectly. So just like for Krishna, nothing is impossible. For Balarāma, nothing was impossible. Then there was another demon. Who was that? Hirabhasura. Krishna and Balarāma came to Vrindavan, and their friends said, he came to the Talavan forest. In the Talavan forest, they had very aromatic trees and very aromatic flavor. And there was very nice fruits being produced in that tree forest. But there was one problem. Nice fragrance, very nice fruits, but they could not access it. Why? There's a powerful demon called Denakasura living there. He would not let his coward boys taste the fruits. He wanted to be the enjoyer of the fruits. He didn't want anyone else to eat the fruits. So that's the tendency we all have.
Yes.
I want to be the enjoyer of the fruits. But the devotees understanding it. Krishna is the proprietor, so he should be the enjoyer. Then Goswami was present as an ass. So we have that ass type of mentality. I want to be the enjoyer of all the fruits. No one should share it with me. Then Goswami would not let anybody enjoy these fruits. And Krishna called and said, Krishna and Balarāma, can you please make sure that we get access to these fruits? They're so aromatic and very, very tasty. So what did Balarāma do? He went there, shook the tree, and the fruits came down. And the coward boys went and started enjoying them. Oh, someone has come into my kingdom, into my forest. Balarāma was yanking the tree, so then the fruits were falling down. Then Goswami arrived over there. He kicked Balarāma on the chest. What are you doing? This is my domain. You have no right to yank the fruits of the tree. So what did Balarāma do? He took Goswami by his feet, swung him around, threw him on the tree, and the tree came crashing down. Then Goswami was so powerful when he would walk, it would be like an elephant walking, and the earth would shake. It was so powerful. And after Goswami was killing, all his friends came to defend him and attack Krishna and Balarāma. And Balarāma took care of all of them. The Thakur Bhaktivinoda explains, by hearing this story of Krishna killing Denukasura, this tendency we have to be the enjoyer of our efforts can be curbed. What does Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita? With your mind and intelligence dedicated to me, Arjuna, do your duty. Yat karoshi yat asnati, yat dehoshi dadasi yat, yat tapasasi 𝐿𝐿, tat Krishna madarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever charity you do, whatever tapasya you do it as an offering unto me. So that takes a lot of spiritual maturity to understand. We are not the enjoyers of these fruits, but the ultimate enjoyer of Krishna. Just like when you water the root of the tree, all the branches get nourished. When you put food in the stomach, the whole body gets nourished. Similarly, by serving Krishna, we oblige all the demigods and all the other personalities. So, as we understand devotional service, we realize we're neither the controllers nor are we the real enjoyers. In the seventh canto, Narada Muni says, Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narada Muni the following question. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, please describe to us how we, living in the house of the ashram, can achieve perfection based on the Vedas. So Narada Muni gave three points. He said, every householder must earn his livelihood, unless you're doing full-time service in the temple. But then, don't be the enjoyer of everything you earn, but offer it to the Lord of Vasudeva also. And how do you get this knowledge that I should serve the Lord? And this advice you get, how? By associating with advanced devotees. Balarāma had gone on a tour of all the sacred places of India. He didn't want to take part in the battle of Kurukshetra. He was in a dilemma. Krishna had sided with the Pandavas. When Balarāma had trained up Duryodhana, no matter how to use a club. So Balarāma had gone on a sacred trip of all the sacred towns in India. He gave 10,000 cows in charity. You go to a place of pilgrimage, and if you're a big personality, you give in charity to the brahmanas and the others. So as I while touring the different places, he came to a place called Naimisharanya. Naimisharanya, have any of you been there? It's in northern India, near Lucknow. In Santa Memorial, in Naimisharanya, they have regular spiritual discourses. It's a place where only spiritual discourses. So there was a spiritual discourse going on, and 1,000-year yajna was going on. And the great sages had given the leader of Maharaja Sutta the blessings that he would have a life for thousands of years as he was the leader of the yajna. While touring these different places, he came to Naimisharanya. When he came to Naimisharanya, all the sages that were present over there got up out of respect. After all, who is Balarāma? None else but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the first expansion of the Lord. And then the Lord expanded Sankarshan, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Vasudeva. Then there's more expansion. How the creation takes place. You have the Mahavishnu, from whose body different universes are emanating from the pores of the body. Let's talk about the pores of your body. You perspire in the hot season. But does anything besides water come out of the pores of your body? But from Mahavishnu's pores, whole universes come out. Then the Lord expands and maintains each of these universes. Then he enters into each entity and maintains them. But all these expansions are subsequent expansions. And there are unlimited universes in God's creation. Once our four-handed Brahma went to see the Lord in Dwarka. He went to the Lord's palace. I want to see the Lord. Tell him Lord Brahma has come. So the doorkeeper went to the Lord and said, Brahma has come to see you. Which Brahma is it? The watchman came and said, which Brahma are you? Oh, I'm the four-headed Brahma. Brahma was thinking that universe was the biggest. But then when he arrived at the Lord, you know what he saw? There were so many other Brahmas. Million heads, billion heads, trillion heads. This Brahma, Arm Brahma, felt like a small rabbit in the midst of elephant. So in Chaitanya Chaturveda it said, this universe where we are is like one mustard seed in a bag of many mustard seeds. So all these incarnate expansions take place, starts with Sesha, Sankarshan or Balarāma. On the one hand, Balarāma is the original spiritual master, and on the other hand, he expands and does all this creation for the Lord. So while visiting the different places of pilgrimage, Balarāma came to Naimisharanya. So all the sages got up to offer respects. But one person didn't get up. So Maharaja Sutta felt, I'm on the Vyasa-san, giving a discourse. I don't have to get up because I'm on the Vyasa-san. So from one angle he was right. When you're on the Vyasa-san, you don't really have to get up. But Balarāma was not an ordinary entity. He was a Supreme Lord. When God comes, we all have to all get up and offer our respects. Balarāma did not think this was appropriate behavior. He took a kusagra, just touched it on his body, and he died. He didn't have to use an A-47. The other people who were in the assembly said, what has happened? This was 1,000-year-old sacrifice. We gave him special benediction to live for 1,000 years. Now what's going to happen to our sacrifice? If you want, I'll bring him back to life. Now it was your desire that he die because he was disrespectful. We don't want to go against your desire. The son is generally considered the representative of the father. So Balarāma said, Balarāma was ready to bring Roma back to life. The sage said, no, we don't want to do anything against your... I will give a special benediction to Ramaharshana's son, Ugrasrava. He gave a special benediction to Ugrasrava. And he carried on the yajna for a long duration as his father was supposed to do. But Balarāma was playing the role of an idol devotee also. So he asked the sage, is there anything more I can do to atone? I may have offended Maharaja. So please tell me, how can I atone? We may make mistakes, we can atone. We should not make a business of sinning, atoning, sinning, atoning, sinning, atoning. In the 6th canto, you read the story of 𝐾𝐲𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐚𝐜. GKG Goswami said, Kṛṣṇa said, please describe to me that process of religion where we give up the sinful tendencies. Kṛṣṇa said, I'm not interested in sinning and atoning, sinning and atoning. He gave the example. An elephant takes a bath, becomes clean. Then he steps out of the lake, sits in the mud, again he becomes dirty. The Kṛṣṇa want to know, how can he permanently give up this tendency for sinful activity? And then GKG Goswami revealed the story of 𝐾𝐲𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐚𝐜. It shows how by chanting the holy name, you can cleanse the heart and take away the sinful tendencies. So we can atone, but we should not make a business of sinning and atoning. Can I do any more atonement for what I've done in killing Rama? Yes, there's one other favor he can do to us. The son of Yaroslavl, he is always spoiling our sacrifices. Whenever you're ready to do a yagya, he comes, passes stool, urine, vomits, and spoils the yagya. So can you please kill Balarāma? Lending little for the Lord. Balarāma would always fly like the aeroplane. The catching was not easy. Balarāma took his club and pulled Balarāma down. Then he pulled him down in a flower club. And then he took his club, hit him very hard. The demigods, the sages were so satisfied. Now we can do a sacrifice that will not be urinated, or the sages blessed Balarāma. Okay, now you've atoned for your. So Balarāma was touring the different sacred places of India. He got the news that the battle of Kṛṣṇa is over, and all the Shaktis have died in the battle. So Balarāma said, okay, let me go and see what's happening. So he came to Kṛṣṇa. But there he saw Bhīmsen and Duryodhana fighting with their clubs. And when Balarāma entered the arena, Yudhishthira saw them and thought, hey, Balarāma's come to help Duryodhana. So they were a little concerned. He may have come to give them some advice. They were concerned. So Balarāma just trying to stop the fight. Duryodhana knows the art of fighting with a club better than Bhīmsen. And Bhīmsen is better built than Duryodhana. So none of you are going to win. Stop fighting. But they were both in such an angry mood, they began fighting. So Balarāma is the servitor personality of Godhead. Balarāma once asked Kṛṣṇa, can I dress up like you one day? Can I borrow your flute? And can I borrow your peacock feather? Kṛṣṇa said, my dear brother, you've done so much for me. That's the least I can do. Please take my flute and peacock. So Balarāma was looking at that because the flute and the peacock feather, peacock, only Kṛṣṇa wears, nobody else. Balarāma doesn't. So Balarāma was very happy for one day he's dressing up like Kṛṣṇa. In the meantime, was sending another demon to Mathura. And the 𝐾𝐲𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐚𝐜 demon said, how will I recognize Kṛṣṇa? Kamsa said, very easy to recognize Kṛṣṇa. He's the only one who will have a peacock feather and a quiver. So 𝐾𝐲𝐬𝐭𝐫𝐚𝐜 demon came looking for Kṛṣṇa. There he saw someone with a flute and a peacock. It was Balarāma who was becoming Kṛṣṇa for one day. 𝐾𝐲𝐬𝐿 demon came and kicked Balarāma from behind, and Balarāma was flying in the air. So right after this experience, Balarāma said, he went to his brother and said, please take your peacock and flute back. This was a horrible experience just for one day. Just for one day he borrowed Kṛṣṇa's flute and peacock and he got kicked. There was a king called King Revata. He had a daughter called Revati. Very, very tall. So tall that the father could not get a husband for the bride, daughter. King Revata was very anxiety. He went to Lord Brahma. He recommended Balarāma. Balarāma with his plow reduced Revati's size to reasonable size, and then he married her. Balarāma is also known as Dauji. What does Dauji mean? Older brother. So in Braj area, Balarāma is called Dauji, older brother. So this same Balarāma had previously appeared as Lakshmana. But then he appeared along with Krishna as the older brother. Because when he had appeared as Lakshmana, he got contradictory instructions. Ram had gone to the forest with Sita. There was a golden deer, a demon in the golden deer that Sita wanted to be killed. And Ram went to kill that deer. And when Ram left the place, he said, Lakshman, take care of Sita. You can't leave Sita alone even for a minute. Doesn't matter what happens, you don't leave this place. Protect Sita, I'm going. That was the demon. Lakshman, Lakshman, come and save me. Lakshman, Lakshman, come and save me, I'm in trouble. So Sita said, Lakshman, go and save your brother. Your brother's life is in danger. Go and save him. Lakshman said, I can't go. He told me specifically not to leave you alone for a minute. I can't leave you alone. Sita was worried about Ram. Sita said, no, Lakshman, you must go. You want your brother to die so that you can enjoy me? So Lakshman went. After hearing these harsh words from Sita, so Lakshman left to help Ram. In the meantime, Ravan came and kidnapped. So when Ram and Lakshman came back, they saw Sita was gone. So Lord Ram told Lakshman, why did you leave her alone? I specifically told you not to leave her alone even for a second. Lakshman said, I didn't want to go. But then Sita spoke to me so harshly. I should go and save you. She thought that I wanted you to die so that I could enjoy with you. So Lakshman got confused. He got one instruction from Ram. Lakshman decided, in the next incarnation, I'm going to come as the older brother, not the younger brother. He became Balarāma. So Balarāma appears as the older brother. And then this Balarāma appeared again as Lord Nityananda. Nityananda. Nitya means eternal, Ananda means happiness. So Nityananda was older to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He also represents the original spiritual master. And Nityananda was a disciple of Maharaj Puri. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Maharaj Puri's grand disciple. Ishwar Puri was Mahaprabhu. Come to turn up your mobile. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, Ishwar Puri was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru, and disciple of Maharaj Puri. So Lord Nityananda appeared along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda was 12 years older than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached to all the intellectuals, Shankari and Prakashananda Saraswati, 6 Goswamis, and Nityananda preached to the general masses. And amongst his preaching assignments, which is the one most glorified. So today we are celebrating Balarāma, Lord Balarāma's appearance. Balarāma and Krishna would always play. Balarāma would sometimes keep his head on Krishna's lap. Once Balarāma was singing Krishna's glories, Krishna's name, and his whole complexion changed to darkish like Krishna. And as Ananga Manjari, Balarāma appears as Radharani's younger sister. So Balarāma is totally absorbed in just serving Krishna. The first temple of ISKCON, which has a Balarāma deity, was the Krishna Balarāma temple in Vrindavan. Our Vrindavan temple is located in Ramanreti. Ramanreti is the place where Krishna and Balarāma would perform their childhood pastimes. It was Prabhupada's unique thinking. Krishna Balarāma temple was the first temple of Krishna Balarāma deity in Vrindavan now. And Prabhupada in his inauguration lecture in the temple was inaugurated on Ramnavami, April 1975. This was one of my first assignments as a TBC man. Organized the opening of the Krishna Balarāma temple in 75.
75
Prabhupada in the inauguration said, Balarāma is the source of spiritual strength. So we all need spiritual strength. We can worship Balarāma as Lord Nityananda. No difference. And we also want Ananda, happiness. When we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, the word Rama is also included in it. In America, Chrysler Motors makes a truck, and the truck is called Rama. So, when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, we're also chanting Balarāma's name. So on this auspicious day, we should pray to Balarāma to give us spiritual strength. We should pray that these anarthas get eliminated. The 6 things from the 6 sons of Maharaja that were killed represent the different anarthas. You have to cleanse the heart of these anarthas. Then Krishna will come in your heart. Then Balarāma will come in your heart. Your heart is full of these anarthas and they're not going to come. They're going to say, oh, do you like going to a dirty place? You like eating in a dirty place? Nobody likes it. Krishna also likes to live in a cleaner place. So we so sincerely pray for Balarāma's mercy. Prabhupada exposed Balarāma to us. And now there are few temples in ISKCON which have Krishna Balarāma deities. Balarāma ki Jai! Krishna Balarāma ki Jai! Go Brahmananda. Hare Krishna.
Ramakrishna Sutta made this mistake that he didn't stood up, he remained seated when Lord Balarāma came. So when we give a class sitting on the asasana and the deities are, the curtain is open, should we also stand up and offer obeisances while lecture is going on, or what should we do?
We're going to stand up and offer obeisances.
Now we have so many devotees here, how to do everything in such a way that we would have every day so many devotees in the temple.
Preach! Attract more devotees. Are you from Yaroslavl? There are a lot of imported devotees, right?
Импортированные.
Import devotees. Сколько песен вопрос Падам Даршан?
Guru Maharaj, please tell who originally gave Mahamantra and what are the fruits of chanting Mahamantra?
Who originally gave, I imagine Krishna gave. The fruits of your heart gets cleansed. We hear that every day in the class.
Lord Balarāma, spiritual master, acts through the devotees. So at one point we should understand that the spiritual master is acting through the devotees, and at what point he is not acting through the devotees.
Acting through the devotees? What do you mean by that? Spiritual master is servant of the Lord, servant of the disciples, servant of the Vaishnavas.
Господином кого-то.
He's just trying to remind you of Krishna and Balarāma instructions.
Напомнить вам о наставлениях Кришны и Баларамы, чтобы вы...
Okay. Yes.
In the beginning of the class, you say that Kamsa heard a voice from the sky. Who spoke to Kamsa? You said in the class that Nityananda gave 3 instructions to householders.
Nanda Muni gave to Yudhishthira.
The first instruction was that householders should
on the livelihood.
Yes, and the second was that they should offer the fruits to Vasudeva. And what was the third instruction?
It was somebody who can tell you how to do it. Okay?
Lord Balarāma is a personification of the true religion, and why he was favorable towards Duryodhana, who is a representation of the irreligion.
He trained up Duryodhana in the art of love fighting. After all, they were all from the same family. They were just cousins. So I stop at this point. Hare Krishna.